Good morning. Welcome to Monday Morning Coffee with Melissa. I'm your host, Melissa. Cheers. This morning's Monday Morning Coffee episode is sponsored by our brand new Wellness Abundance Club. I'm so excited that the club is finally up and running and open to accepting new members because we've worked really hard behind the scenes to create this club and to really build a community that's safe, non-judgmental, and that could be a support system for you with all your health and wellness goals. So I like to call our Wellness Abundance Club your virtual all-in-one wellness center because we offer weekly group coaching sessions. We offer our signature Wellness Abundance course, which is a lot of education, stated simply, so everyone can understand it, about the biology of how the body works, depending on what you eat, how you move, what kind of sunshine you get, sleep, all that fun stuff. And we also have our brand new 6 Pillars to Creating Healthy, Sustainable Lifestyle Habits course, which will help you build a really strong foundation so you could then do your own personal little experiments to find the lifestyle habits that are sustainable for you, your personality, your likes, your values, and your busy lifestyle, whether you're married or you have kids or you're single and no kids, or married and no kids like me. You know, it really is all customizable. It's not a cookie cutter program. So if you're looking for a cookie cutter program, I'm going to tell you right now, our program is not going to be a good fit for you. So do not sign up for our program if you want just a simple cookie cutter, tell me exactly what to do. So the 6 Pillars course will also help you get clarity on your why and what your values are and what you really want to achieve. Sometimes the goals we think we want to achieve are not really what we want to achieve. Oftentimes it goes just a little bit deeper, that those goals we think we want to achieve are just surface goals. So it's really great class. You know, it's been developed and created over my personal experience and my experience working with clients and the feedback that I've received from them. So I'm super excited about it. We are adding fitness videos. We are in the process of that in December. Coming January 2022, we're going to add cooking videos, live Zoom cooking classes, recipes, and so much more. So be sure to go to melissaking.net and go ahead and sign up for Wellness Abundance Club if you want more information or have questions and you want to talk to someone voice to voice or over Zoom. Reach out to me, Melissa at wellnessabundancecoaching.com, and we'll get that set up. Okay, I want to dive into today's topic. So today's topic is really dear to my heart because this is something that I find my clients go through on occasion. Not all the time, but occasionally it does happen. And I actually experienced it last week. So I want to talk about what to do when you feel defeated. So when you feel defeated, oftentimes, for me personally, I feel like I have this goal and I have a strong why, I have a purpose. It's like I'm on a mission to achieve XYZ goal, and it's not happening, it's not happening, it's not happening. And I feel like I'm really working hard to make it happen, and I'm not seeing the results I expect. So this can be a sign of burnout, to where maybe you're just simply doing too much and you're overcomplicating it. We do that so much as humans. I was just talking to a health coach friend of mine recently, and we got into a discussion how our clients complicate things. And that's okay. We all do it. We're all human beings and we all do it. So it could be a sign that maybe you just need to step back and take a little break. And I'll share with you like my 3 steps that I do when I'm feeling defeated and what I did last week. So it could be that we're just simply feeling overwhelmed and we just don't have enough help. Or it could really mean maybe you're just on the wrong path. You know, this is why when I'm working with my clients, whether in a group setting or one-on-one, I highly encourage people to like choose a habit that's really important to you, that you want to create, that you have the ability to do, and experiment with it. And just set up that expectation that this may not work. This may not be the right habit for me to do to help me achieve my goal. And that's okay. You know, when I was in Mary Kay, we used the term abundantly neutral. Like you're abundantly neutral. You're okay if it works out, and you're also okay if it doesn't work out, because you have the confidence in yourself to sit back, reevaluate, and then move forward, figure out a new game plan. So that could be it. Usually for me, it's burnout, overwhelm. Burnout, I'm doing too much and I need a break. Overwhelm, where I'm doing too much and I simply need to ask for more help, or I'm just simply on the wrong path. So this is really an opportunity to regroup. So when you have a strong why, you are more likely to simply go through this process rather than just give up altogether. Just like throw in the towel, I'm done. I can't do it. And I almost did that last week. I was so close to just being like, you know what? I give up. I quit. I can't do this anymore. My patience is running too thin. And then I went through my 3-step process, which I'll share in a moment with you. So when you have a strong why, you're not so quick to give up. And that was the key to my success with powering through what I was going through last week. My feeling of defeat is I have a strong why. And also when you have a strong support system. So I woke up in the middle of the night. It was Tuesday night, and used the bathroom. I got back in bed and I just could not get back to sleep. I was just feeling so anxious, like my mind was racing, and I had the little chitter chatter of negative self-talk going through my head. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I woke up. Of course, it took me a while to get back to sleep, and I just really did not get a good night's rest. So when I woke up, I was like, you know what? Even in the middle of the night, I was like, you know what? I am meeting with a friend over Zoom in the morning, so maybe she can help me through this. And Scott and I had a lunch meeting. Since we are business partners with Wellness Abundance Coaching, we have a weekly lunch meeting where that's solely focused on business topics and what we're doing with the business. So I was like, all right, well, I know I have that. So I knew I had other people I could reach out to as well, in addition to my friend Cheryl and my husband. But having a strong support system, and also surrounding yourself with people who are smarter than you are. Now, this to some people could be a little bit intimidating. For me, I love this. I want to surround myself with people that are smarter than me, and people who have been where I've been, where I am right now, because they could help coach me through this. That's exactly why I joined this entrepreneur club. And now it's all women so far. I have not met any men, but it's really the woman who started this club is really focuses on working with women. So I knew, okay, I have my bi-weekly mastermind with my friend, with my health coach friend, and I have my husband, and I have my club, my entrepreneurial women's club, there's so many women in this club that each week I'm meeting new women and seeing new faces over Zoom. And it's just so empowering. Gives me such a peace of mind knowing that I have that support system. So that's another reason why we've created Wellness Abundance Club with the group coaching, because it is incredibly powerful. So these are the 3 things that I did last week when I was feeling defeated. Okay, the first thing I did was I really let my feelings out. Okay, I had a few tears in the morning when I was getting ready for work. And that's okay. I wanted to really release the feelings, let it out of my system. And then I talked to my friend about these feelings, about how I was feeling and how discouraged I was and why I was feeling defeated, like the reasons behind it. And so I talked to my friend about it, my health coach friend, and she's a coach, so we coach each other. And she coached me through a few things, which was very helpful. And then I went straight from meeting with my friend to my lunch meeting with Scott. And then I talked about it with him. And sometimes it's, you really want to surround yourself with someone or people who will just sit there and let you sit in these feelings. Because oftentimes that's what you need to do. I've done it so many times with coaching clients. Sometimes you just sit. You're not having a pity party for yourself. If you want to, fine, but do it for a few minutes and move on. But you're really just sitting and processing these feelings. And another thing is know how long it takes you to process feelings. Some people within 15 minutes, they're like, process it. All right, I know what to do. I'm done. I'm over it. Let's move on. Me, sometimes it takes me a little bit longer. So, my husband is amazing, and he's learned over the years to just sit and let me process. And that's exactly what he did. And that's exactly what Cheryl did. My friend Cheryl did with me too. They just sat there and held space for me. And that's what I needed. And so I talked about what would be the benefits of just giving up on this? How would I benefit? And I honestly I could think of one benefit, and that was it. And then I thought about what are the benefits of moving forward? Well, there were a whole laundry list of benefits for moving forward. So I thought, okay, I'm going to just move forward. I process my feelings. Now, what's the next step? So tip number 2 is whichever option you decide, take a mental health break to process it. This has been really helpful for me. Cheryl told me this, my friend Cheryl, maybe you need to take a little mental health break. And Scott, my husband, told me the exact same thing. Maybe you need to take a little mental health day. And so what I did, after I realized that, I sat and I watched Zootopia, or I laid down and I watched Zootopia. And I watched a feel-good movie. That's one of my go-tos. A feel-good movie, something inspiring, and something I love. And that was really helpful. It could be anything from going for a walk, treating yourself to a coffee date, reading a great fiction book, just something not related to the situation. It has to be something totally different where you're just kind of extracting yourself from it for a little while. It could be a couple hours. Like for me, all I needed, halfway through Zootopia, I was ready to get going. I finished the movie because I was like, oh, I love this movie. But after Zootopia was done, I was ready to move on. So really just finding what it is. And then the third tip is to just move on to the next step. Just move on. What's the next step? So what I did is I made a list. What's the next step? What can I do right now to move myself forward now that I've processed these emotions and made a decision to move forward and to keep going rather than give up and change course? If you do change course, what's your new path? What can you do to get started on your new path? So those are my top 3 steps. So find someone you trust, or you could also journal about it and journal about your feelings. That's tip number 1, really process it, let it all out. Find someone who will create that safe space for you. And like I said, I do this all the time with my health coaching clients. That's part of my role as your health coach, is to hold a safe space for you to really think about things, let things percolate. And then tip number 2 is whichever path you decide, whichever option you decide, whether give up, take a new path or keep on the same path, keep going, take a mental health break. Just take a mental health break from what you've processed and think about, in the first tip, I said, also talk about the benefits of changing course and the benefits of moving forward on the same path, and really think about that. Walk away from it, extract yourself from it, go do something else that has nothing to do with that. And it gives your subconscious time to think about it. So, and then the third step is to just immediately go into the next step. Immediately, whatever that looks like for you. It could be, all right, I don't want to continue on this path. So what's my next step? What can I do to start on this new path? Or if it's, I'm going to continue on this new path, how can I regroup and how can I move forward? Okay. So these 3 steps really helped me a lot last week, process everything and just kind of work through. And sometimes it may take longer than a day. For me, I was in and out, this was less than a 24-hour cycle for me. As the more I do this, the more efficient I've become at it, the more resilient I've become, and that's all just practice and experience. So anyways, I encourage you to try this, and don't forget to subscribe below to YouTube. Don't forget to go to melissaking.net, subscribe to our newsletter, and that way you could be up to date, and email me with any questions about Wellness Abundance Club, Melissa at wellnessabundancecoaching.com. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.